അമേരിക്കയിലെ ഭാരതത്തിന്റെ എംബസിക്ക് നേരെയുണ്ടായ ആക്രമണത്തിൽ പ്രതികളുടെ ചിത്രങ്ങൾ പുറത്തുവിട്ട് NIA. പ്രതികളെക്കുറിച്ച് വിവരങ്ങൾ ലഭിക്കുന്നവർ അന്വേഷണ ഏജൻസിയെ അറിയിക്കാൻ നിർദ്ദേശം. 10 പ്രതികളുടെ ചിത്രങ്ങളാണ് പുറത്തുവിട്ടത്. ജിഷ്ണു കൃഷ്ണൻ നൽകും കൂടുതൽ വിവരങ്ങൾ. ജിഷ്ണു, വിശദാംശങ്ങൾ.
അമേരിക്കയിൽ സാൻ ഫ്രാൻസിസ്കോയിൽ ഭാരതത്തിന്റെ എംബസി ആക്രമിച്ച പ്രതികളുടെ ചിത്രങ്ങളാണ് ദേശീയ അന്വേഷണ ഏജൻസി പുറത്തുവിട്ടത്. ഈ വർഷം മാർച്ച് 18, 19 തീയതികളിലും ജൂലൈ 1, 2 തീയതികളിൽ നടന്ന അക്രമത്തിന് നേതൃത്വം നൽകിയ ഖാലിസ്ഥാൻ ഭീകരവാദികളുടെ ചിത്രങ്ങളാണ് ദേശീയ അന്വേഷണ ഏജൻസി പുറത്തുവിട്ടിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഈ പ്രസ്താവനയിൽ അന്വേഷണ ഏജൻസി വ്യക്തമാക്കിയിട്ടുള്ളത് 2 സംഭവങ്ങളിലായി ഈ ഭാരതത്തിന്റെ എംബസി ആക്രമിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത് ഖാലിസ്ഥാൻ ഭീകരവാദികളാണ്. ഈ പ്രതികളെ കുറിച്ച് വിവരം നൽകുന്നവർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വിവരം ലഭിക്കുന്നവർ അന്വേഷണ ഏജൻസിയെ അറിയിക്കണമെന്നും പ്രതികളെ കുറിച്ച് വിവരം നൽകുന്നവരുടെ പേരും മേൽവിലാസവും ഉൾപ്പെടെയുള്ള ഐഡന്റിറ്റി പൂർണ്ണമായും രഹസ്യമായി തന്നെ സൂക്ഷിക്കും എന്നുള്ളതുമാണ് NIA വ്യക്തമാക്കിയിട്ടുള്ളത്.
ഇപ്പോൾ വിദേശകാര്യ മന്ത്രാലയത്തിന്റെ വാർത്താ സമ്മേളനം നടക്കുകയാണ്. തത്സമയം
can be prejudiced. How do you or what do you make out of these comments which are coming out?
Okay, thank you. I'll come to you.
So प्रणय उपाध्याय न्यूज़ से कनाडा के साथ हमारी स्ट्रैटेजिक पार्टनरशिप है, लेकिन स्ट्रैटेजिक पार्टनरशिप में जिस समय की ऐसी स्थिति है तो क्या वो भी रिव्यू में? और दूसरी चीज़ एक क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहिए था कि BLS जो कि वीज़ा प्रोसेसिंग एजेंसी है उसने नोटिफिकेशन लगाया है कि वीज़ा प्रोसेसिंग सस्पेंडेड है इस समय, तो क्या उसका स्टेटस है? क्या कनाडा से इंडियन वीज़ा इस समय सस्पेंड है?
No, sorry, you had a hand up for me. Go ahead, Manish.
Yeah. Again on the this is Manas from PTI Press Trust of India. Again on the Canada issue, Canada has given very clear indications that it has briefed the US, Australia and its strategic allies on the overall controversy and the accusation that Indian agents were involved in killing of a Sikh separatist in Canada. So have we also actually in fact got in touch with our allies like US and UK and other Western partners on the whole issue?
Normally I usually take 4-5 questions, but I think there are a lot of hands on this. Similar questions on that. No, I saw your hand first, ma'am. Go ahead. I'll come to you. I'll try to take a few more. I think it's similar questions. We can answer together.
Hi, I'm Megha Sharma from NewsX, and the Pakistani Foreign Ministry has also responded on it. It's taken the name of Kulbhushan Jadhav and said that there has been espionage and sabotage that has taken place on the soil of Pakistan by the government of India. How do you react to this? How does the Ministry of External Affairs...
Can we limit ourselves to Canada for the moment? Because I think there's a lot of Canada questions. Is that related to Canada? If not, I'll come back to you.
This is Pakistan, and Pakistan has responded to what the
Canadian thing. But Kulbhushan Jadhav you mentioned. Okay.
Kulbhushan Jadhav...
If it's on Canada, I'll come back. I will take the question on Canada. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'll come to you. All of you. I saw your hand a little later. I apologize.
Sir, मैं मनीष हूँ TV9 से और हमारा सवाल ये है कि...
Microphone. नहीं, माइक्रोफोन नहीं चल रहा है.
हेलो.
हाँ
जी, मैं मनीष हूँ TV9 से और मेरा सवाल ये है कि लाखों भारतीय कनाडा में रह रहे हैं, उनके परिवार की चिंता है इस वक्त, खास करके जब रोजाना हम एक्शन और रिएक्शन कर रहे हैं दोनों देशों की तरफ से, तो ये भी है कि कल के दिन में बहुत सारे लोग जो वीज़ा अप्लाई कर रहे हैं उनका क्या...
नहीं, आपका क्वेश्चन क्लियर नहीं है. आप क्या वो डर रहे हैं इंडियन गवर्नमेंट के एक्शन से?
नहीं, उनका डर ये है कि वो कनाडा में जो लोग हैं वहाँ पर उनकी सिक्योरिटी को लेकर या उनके जॉब को लेकर या उनके स्टडी को लेकर जो कंसर्न है, उसको किस तरह से भारत सरकार...
समझ गया जी. या गो अहेड.
I'm Sahil from ANI. Since there are multiple threats to our High Commission and consulates in Canada, is Government of India planning to send its own security as well in that case?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So I gave you the floor that time, but you weren't ready.
Sir, Shubhiranjan from Bloomberg. So can you confirm whether Canada shared any evidence, with us on this particular, before making this allegation in the Parliament? And also whether India, or how many times India has shared its concerns and evidence on Niger with Canada, and what was their response to it? And an associated question.
What is the second part?
I mean, did India share evidence on Niger and the other suspected Khalistani,
The second question, okay. Can we hold on? We'll come back to more. Okay. Can we wait another one? I've got a whole list. But
and are we going to join the investigation?
I'll come back to you. Why did I take yours? Yes, go ahead. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Hi sir, Rajesh here from the Wall Street Journal. Wanted to ask a question. Just a second.
Not ready?
Beyond issuing robust denials, what is India's strategy on countering the allegation which carries a risk of reputational harm to India's global standing?
Okay, fair enough. If it's just on this, otherwise I still see many hands. Maybe one more round? Yeah.
So, Meghna from DD News. Is ME considering any specific advisory for the Hindu Canadians? Because we have seen an advisory for Indian nationals and students, but anything specific in view of the threats that have emerged?
Okay. Maybe I will hold off. I think I just see too many hands around. Okay. Let me start with some of the... Rishabh, your query was on diplomats, Canadian diplomats here. Yes, we have informed the Canadian government that there should be parity in strength and rank equivalence in our diplomatic presence, in mutual diplomatic presence. Their numbers here are very much higher than ours in Canada. The details of this are being worked out, but I assume there will be a reduction from the Canadian side. There was a query, I think you mentioned, let me take it in a different order. Siddhant, you had a comment on words used by Canadian Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, and then the US Ambassador, right? Yes, I do think there is a degree of prejudice here, They have made the allegations, they have taken action on them. To us, it seems or it appears that these allegations by the Government of Canada are primarily politically driven. Manush, your query was on briefing our partners, etc. Look, on this one, as I said, we have been, of course, engaged with our partners on various issues, particularly including this one. We have been discussing with them. We have conveyed our position, how we see these developments, and I think those are part of ongoing conversations, but I'm happy to share a little more if you wish to talk about it. I'll come back to that. I just thought I'll mention Manish's I'll come back to Manish because let me just make a couple of other points. I think Sudhi, you had a query about Canada sharing any information. No, let me clarify. No specific information has been shared by Canada on this case, either then or before or after. We have, as we have said, or I think we've been made very clear, we are willing to look at any specific information. We have conveyed this to the Canadian side, made it clear to them that we are willing to look at any specific information that is provided to us. But so far, we have not received any such specific information. There was a indirect question on that. Let me also point out that from our side, very specific evidence about criminal activities by individuals based on Canadian soil has been shared with the Canadian authorities on a regular basis, but not been acted upon. So that is answer to both sides of it, I think you asked. There was a query on, I'll come back. There was a query regarding from, I think, मनीष झा, आपका प्रश्न था सिक्योरिटी पे. देखिए सिक्योरिटी के मामले में आपने पूछा था हमारे हाँ देखिए हमने सीधे एडवाइजरी इशू की है और डिटेल एडवाइजरी है उनको क्या करना चाहिए. एक प्रश्न और था कि कुछ ग्रुप्स या हिंदू अलग से नहीं. एडवाइजरी सारे इंडियन नेशनल्स के लिए हम इस तरह से नहीं देखते. इंडियन नेशनल्स के लिए है, स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है, जो ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं, जो वहाँ रह रहे हैं, उनके सबके लिए एडवाइजरी है. एंड हम चाहेंगे कि वो उस एडवाइजरी को देखें और पालन करें उसका. Sahil, your query was on whether we are sending security. No, look, we have always believed that it is the host government's responsibility to provide security. If there is some places we have our own security posture also, but look, I don't want to discuss security measures in public. That's not an appropriate situation. If I could come back to what Manush you asked about. As I said, we have ongoing conversations with friends and partners. We have made our position quite clear to them on the lines that I've outlined just now. That's why I thought I'll outline our position first, that there has been no specific information and we're willing to look at that if provided. On the issue of a threat, Vinita, you mentioned for various things. Look, I don't know how to react to this. We obviously condemn any threat. But look, the overall, I think we should look at the larger issue. The larger issues of terrorism, and not just terrorism, but also the fact that it is being funded and supported, and we know this for some time from our western neighbor Pakistan. But the issue of safe havens and places to operate is being provided abroad, including in Canada, and that we would expect that that is the main focus. The question is, do we have the political will to address terrorism, or we want to justify it and condone it? So I think that's what we would like to say. Yeah, no, as I said, one question at a time. On the issue of measures for our security, as I think the same question was asked, I don't want to discuss publicly, but of course we take, it is under the Vienna Convention, we expect host governments to provide security and for our premises, for our diplomatic personnel. What exact specific measures, I don't want to discuss publicly. प्रणय, आपका प्रश्न था वीज़ा पे. मैं जैसे भी बताया कि हमने वीज़ा इश्यूज़ पे, लेट मी एक्चुअली नहीं बताया था मैंने, आई थॉट हमने डिस्कस किया था. आपने देखा होगा कि हमारे जो कनाडा में हाई कमिश्नर और कॉन्सुलेट्स हैं, उनको किस तरह के सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स वो फेस कर रहे हैं, उसको आप जानते हैं. इससे उनका जो सामान्य कामकाज होता है उसमें बाधा पड़ी है, उसमें डिस्ट्रप्शन आई है. इसीलिए हमारी हाई कमीशन और कॉन्सुलेट्स अब टेम्पररीली वीज़ा एप्लीकेशंस नहीं प्रोवाइड कर पा रही हैं. हम इस सिचुएशन को रेगुलर बेसिस पे रिव्यू करते रहेंगे, इसकी समीक्षा होती रहेगी. पर अभी के लिए ये सिक्योरिटी सिचुएशन जो कनाडा में और कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट की इनएक्शन से रहा है, उसके लिए हम इसको अस्थायी रूप में हम इसको वीज़ा आवेदन का जो प्रोसेस है उसमें बाधा पड़ रही है, और इसीलिए हमने उसको अभी उसको स्टॉप कर रखा है. I know there'll be questions on this in English, so let me say that in English. You are aware of the security threats being faced by our High Commission and consulates in Canada. This has disrupted their normal functioning. Accordingly, our High Commission and consulates are temporarily unable to process visa applications. We will be reviewing the situation on a regular basis. That's what I wanted to respond to it on Pranay's question on visas. Megha, I think you asked on Pakistan comments. I don't even know how to quite respond to that. Pakistan, if there is the last country, I think, talking about credibility, and I don't think anybody really takes their comments seriously at all. I think that covers it. Sahil, I had talked about security. Rajesh, yeah, look, if there is any country, if you're talking about reputational issues and reputational damage, if there's any country that needs to look at this, I think it is Canada and its growing reputation as a place, as a safe haven for terrorists, for extremists, and for organized crime. And I think that's a country that needs to worry about its international reputation. I think that covers it. Next, can I take the next rounds of it? I saw your hand a long time. Yes, I'll come to you. Yeah, please. We're staying on Canada, right? Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear. Yeah?
This is Karishma Mehrotra from the Washington Post.
Okay.
I wanted you to clarify the comment where you said that there should be parity in strength between the different diplomatic missions. Are you saying that the current reduction in the Canadian mission today was a result of an Indian request to downsize its presence in New Delhi, or was it an active measure taken by Canada to do so? Can you clarify that the parity statement you made?
Saddam.
Hi sir, I'm Saddam from CNN News 18. Sir, a former diplomat has made a comment on national TV a week back saying that there was always a trouble for Indian Army officers to get visa, those who have served in specific locations in India like Jammu Kashmir, northeastern state, to get Canadian visa. Was Ministry aware about it, and have we ever raised this issue to the Canadians? And also, sir, my follow-up question, E.M. Jaishankar...
I haven't even answered. How
yes,
can you have a follow-up question?
Sir, E.M. Jaishankar is in New York, sir. We have been told...
No, sir. Honorable Minister is in Parliament.
Oh, yes, sir.
Follow-up question called up. Yes, I'll come to everybody. I assure you, there's time. Yes, microphone, please.
This is Yeshi Seri from the New Indian Express. When PM Trudeau was in Delhi for the G20, did he raise this issue of Nijar whilst he was here with the Prime Minister? Did he make these allegations that he's raising in Parliament, or did this come as a surprise to all of us?
during
Who's
the
us?
meet. Meaning India, because he was here and he had a meeting with the PM Modi, and Khalistan issue was raised over there. Did this come up in the conversation at all?
Okay. Yeah, behind. That's just many hands. I'll come to all of you guys. Wait.
Sir, we also have a e-visa process.
You.
Parikshit from CNBC.
Thank you, Parikshit.
So we also have an e-visa process. Has that been suspended as well? And does this temporary suspension of visas apply to all categories? The Canadian Embassy, we are getting to know from associations, travel associations, that they're still issuing visas.
Who?
The Canadian Embassy. Do we have any clarity whether Canada has also taken reciprocal action and stopped?
Okay. Who you had? Yes, ma'am. I'll come to you. Yeah. Go
I'm
ahead.
Amity from Business Line. The Canadian High Commission has said in a statement today that some of its diplomats have been facing threats on various social media platforms, and they have also cited the Vienna Convention and said that they would be expecting the host government to provide security. So will there be a reassessment of the security situation as far as the Canadian High Commission is concerned?
Okay. Let me finish that, sir. Kallol, I'll come to this side then.
Kallol Bhattacharjee from The Hindu. Sir, yesterday the Australian Foreign Minister reminded the issue of rule of law, and they believe that, say, a terrorist should be dealt through that process. So I really want to know what is the current Indian perspective on that.
On rule of law?
When it comes to dealing with terrorism, do you think that rule of law is something that India would follow when dealing with a terrorist or an alleged terrorist who is away from Indian shores and Indian arms of justice?
If you want to answer to that.
How would you deal with the Australian Foreign Minister's remarks?
I wouldn't, but I'll give you a response to your query. Reza. I'll come to you, ma'am.
Reza from the Hindustan Times. Just wanted a quick clarification about the advisory we had issued yesterday. It had a very specific mention about politically condoned hate crimes. Are we saying that the Canadians haven't acted with alacrity on hate crimes of this nature?
Okay. Somebody else had a hand up? Yeah. I'll come this side. I think this. Oh no, you had a hand up. Sorry. Apologies. You had a hand up. Yeah, go ahead. No. Yeah. Okay. You want to do first? Go ahead.
I'm Sunita from Times Now Bharat.
Is the microphone on?
Sunita from Times Now Bharat. सर जो कनाडा में इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स स्टक हैं उनके पेरेंट्स बहुत वरिड हैं यहाँ पे उनके लिए क्या?
Okay. I'll come back to that. Yeah. Rishabh, I just give you anything, but you did a question. Follow up? Okay. Go ahead.
So, follow up from my last question itself. Is there any particular reason for the reduction of numbers of diplomats?
Okay. Yeah.
सर मैं जो वैंकूवर में इंडियन कॉन्सुलेट
इंट्रोड्यूस कर लें हम जस्ट
विजयलक्ष्मी हूँ इंडिया टीवी से। सर जो मार्च 2023 में हमला हुआ था भारतीय कॉन्सुलेट पे सैन फ्रांसिस्को में, उस पर क्योंकि एनआईए ने 10 एक्यूज की लिस्ट यहाँ पर जारी की है, लोगों से जानकारी मांगी है, अगस्त में हमारी एक टीम भी वहाँ गई थी, उस पर कोई अपडेट किस तरह का वहाँ से हमें मिल रहा है?
ओके या कृष्ण।
Hi, this is Krishnan Kaushik from Reuters. So, building on Reza's question, India had issued an advisory which mentioned growing anti-India activities and politically condoned hate crimes. Can you provide any specifics if they were shared or if they are any that you can share with us?
Okay. बताइए आपका ये माइक्रोफोन। You are surprised. Go ahead.
सर मैं मुकेश कौशिक हूँ दैनिक भास्कर से। सर जैसा कि आपने कहा कि कनाडा में सेफ हेवन्स हैं टेररिस्ट के, तो पाकिस्तान में तो हम टैकल कर लेते थे सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक वगैरह से, इन सेफ हेवन्स को आप कैसे टैकल करेंगे? G20 की भागीदारी के बाद ट्रूडो की ये सब डिप्लोमेटिक स्पार सामने आया है।
एक क्वेश्चन ले ले।
ये दो
अच्छा
क्या ये G20 की हिस्सेदारी में जो उनके साथ हुआ या उनको बताया गया कि वहाँ पर सेपरेटिस्ट एलिमेंट से आप नहीं निपट रहे हैं, क्या उसके रिएक्शन में ये सब हो रहा है?
क्या हो रहा है?
ये दोनों देशों के बीच में जो टेंशन
नहीं। ओके ठीक है। एक और नो you answer the question. Let him first.
Vinash from Shimbu sir, just a clarification about the visa. You said that the issue of visa has been temporarily suspended in Canada. So sir, just a clarification that the Canadian passport holders, they can continue applying for Indian visa in the third countries?
Okay. Somebody else had a hand up? Yeah. I'll come this side. There's a lot of questions. Hold on. You asked a question already. Hold on.
Sir,
missed you.
Amit Bhardwaj from India Today. There's a specific question. The gangster who was killed, Subdul Singh, we are being told that he was staying there since 2017. So we wanted a clarification whether he was on tourist visa, student visa, because it's been quite long that he was there in Canada.
Okay. Nanima?
Nanima from ABP Live. Just want to understand, did the Trudeau government give any kind of indication that they are planning to expel an Indian diplomat a day before? And also, just one more question, what about the students studying in Canada? Will there be any special provision for them? On visa issues or...
They're Indian citizens, no?
But, will
What
they be
visa?
they'll be able to travel?
What's your specific question? Travel to where?
The visa issue.
I don't know what your question
Will
is.
there be any special provision?
For what? For Indian visa? For Indian nationals? Something's wrong.
No, even for Canadian businessmen.
I can...
Okay.
I'll leave that. Let's
At least answer the first question. Thank you.
Okay. Neeraj. Second round later, yeah. Neeraj, please. And...
പ്രതികരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു വിദേശകാര്യ വക്താവ് അരുൺ ബഗ്ചി.